The following show contains views and opinions that may not be suitable for all audiences. Audience discretion is advised.
Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to Thespian Talk. It's been a couple of weeks, but we are here. We are going to do the thing. I am your host, Gomer the Ranting Thespian, and with me is Michelle.
Hello.
Yes, I think last time it was me and Kat. Now it's me and Michelle.
Yep.
Because Kat's off. She's got some stuff to take care of, but hopefully she'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Or whenever the next one is, because between this episode and the last one, I surprisingly got another driving job. So,
Woohoo!
And it's with a local company, and hopefully they'll have me home at least a little bit more often than previous companies have, so where I can do this at least. I'm hoping at least bi-weekly, so so at least we'll have that.
Yeah.
And the name of the local company is called Fat Daddy Transport. Which I have to admit, I went in because, you got to do the drug test and everything. Yeah. I have to admit, I had to hold myself back from snickering a little bit because, Fat Daddy. And it's PHAT, by the way. So, so
fat.
It's still amusing because I am perpetually mentally a teenager. At least that's where my sense of humor lies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been driving around mostly just to Baltimore and then also down to Miami, and it's not been too awful bad yet. So,
Really?
So how have the last 2 weeks been for you, Michelle?
Up and down. So one of my colleagues got a snit on with me and decided he wasn't talking to me for a few days. But then he had his wedding, and we're calling it a honeymoon, but he couldn't afford the away holiday, but he was off for the week, and when he came back he was all smiles again. So all right, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything, but if he pulls anything like that again, I will take it to our supervisor. So that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Work wise is still fine, although last week we were doing these zigzag boards. Basically, you've got two LED boards that are interlocked to each other, like a little over a foot wide, foot square.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just you got to snap them all apart, but they're in zigzags. So you got to snap them all apart and not catch on the zigzags. And it's it's a little order. It's only 1,010. It's not too many. It hasn't taken us a whole week to do them all. And it hurts because the easiest way to do it is to hang them off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time you get towards the end, you're holding it down with your arm, and it's really pulling. They're not heavy, but once the gravity starts getting a hold of them, they're really starting to tug. So my arm has been killed. The work's been tedious, and my arm has been hurting a lot.
Oh no!
But otherwise, things have been going well. Just pretty chill. Like I was saying to you just before, I've been playing the Lightbearer DLC for We Happy Few, and if anyone hasn't already or doesn't usually, you should definitely check out Aaron's streams because this one's gonna be good. This one's gonna be such a funny stream. If you missed the They Came From Below stream, it should be uploaded now. I haven't actually checked on his channel, but that was me and Casey keeping him company last night, and that was fun. So
I noticed an upload from him earlier, or it might have been the stream thing or whatever, but I did notice the title card, and I noticed that art style is very, very familiar. Gee, I wonder who did that. Yeah, it was Becky.
Yeah. Oh, good. It is uploaded. I hadn't checked yet.
Yeah.
So if you enjoy my dulcet tones on this show, you'll also get to hear them on Aaron's stream as well.
Yay!
While he's looking adorable. But that's Becky's title card.
Yes, that is. But speaking of good news, we're actually gonna start off with some good news this time, because David Koch is dead. And he's one of those, and for before anybody starts typing, yes, I know it's pronounced Coke. I don't give a shit. He was a horrible human being.
Oh, okay. I heard something about one of the Koch brothers or something had happened, but all I know about them is they're scummy advertising guys, so I didn't really pay much attention beyond that.
Yeah, he was one of those. The Koch brothers have been known basically for funding the Republican Party here in the United States. The same party that's filing behind Donald Trump and all of that good stuff, who want to push for all of these destructively conservative ideals, I'll call them.
Yeah.
As opposed to regular conservative, which there's room for difference, but you know, things like that. And also, he's you know, one of those, I believe it's like a big energy, big oil or coal or something like that, something that's not environmentally friendly in terms of energy, and he's been pouring his money to that. So yeah, he's dead. Fuck him. David Koch is dead. Fuck him. And I know some people were like, "But man, died. What about his family?" Well, then his family's had time to mourn. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Also, I saw, wasn't he like really old anyway? Like, you know, old, you know, had a good innings.
Yeah. I think he did just die of old. Although somebody pointed out on Twitter, he did like get I want to say it was some kind of cancer or whatever. And of course, when somebody rich has something happen to them, they throw all their money at it, which advances research, which in and of itself is good. But it's sad that it takes somebody rich getting into that position to get something done about it. So yeah, but still, fuck David Koch. And Ron Perlman got himself put into Twitter jail for about 12 hours because he tweeted.
Oh dear.
He tweeted that he was looking forward to the Koch family reunion, you know, for when his, you know, I don't think he said it outright, for when the other Koch brother dies.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. I mean, and hell, just last week I got put in Twitter jail because, and let me look at it because I know I saved that motherfucking thing, because this is the kind of thing you want to make sure you save and have on hand. And that is, the tweet was, the tweet in question was responding to somebody who, you know, he was basically saying that all these other marginalized groups like LGBT people, etc., get in line, that sort of thing, because other people, you know, basically trying to play the oppression Olympics with all.
I saw that tweet. Yeah. Okay, so here's a thought I had, which, I mean, I don't, we're a audio medium anyway, so basically I was looking at those numbers, and if you properly crunch them, I didn't read all the replies, so I don't know if someone pointed this out. It was something like 10 of this, 20 of this, 30 of that, and then 50 of something else. But within those numbers, there has to be a crossover.
Oh, definitely.
There has to be crossover. So he's saying all these that they gave. So yeah, it was like so many black, so many Hispanic, so many white, so many this, wasn't it? And then it was like, and then 50 something gays. So these people should get in line because the gays aren't minorities. Yeah, check the figures. You're gonna find gay Latinas, you know, Latinos, gay blacks, whites, the whole, you know, the entire spectrum is covering the group one is covered by group two.
Yeah. So here's my response to this asshole, which got me put in Twitter jail for 12 hours. I said, "Fuck your line," again referring to the line that minorities should have to get in line for their rights. Which I don't think those were his exact words, but that's the gist of what he got. So I said, "Fuck your line, you overprivileged cracker honky. How about instead of telling every oppressed group to get in line, why not push to give them all the same rights at the same time? Or is that too scary for your white ass?" That got me reported, and it's like, you know, trying to say, "Oh, you're inciting violence." I'm like, no, I'm not. So I appealed it because I ain't gonna let Twitter get away with that one.
How was that? Oh.
So I appealed it, and they're like, no, we're pretty sure you violated something or whatever. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And so, I mean, thankfully it was like it was like at the end of the day. So it was like, okay, whatever. It'll be a little bit of a hassle, but whatever, fuck it. And come to find out later, and I made a whole Twitter thread about it too.
Yeah.
One of the things that they said I could do was DM my followers. Okay, fine. Then how come I couldn't DM one of my mutuals during this whole jail time? That seems like an oversight. Although strangely enough, I was able to send like share a tweet with Becky.
Yeah.
Over DM, but that nothing else there. And I even got a notification about a report I sent, according to them, a report I sent. And it's like, wait, I didn't report anything. But the way Twitter had it look was that I had reported myself. Like, no. So like I said, maybe somebody at Twitter HQ is trying to either gaslight me or they're just incompetent. Which, by the way, if we want to talk about accounts that are inciting violence, look at Trump.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even need to look at anybody else. Just look at Trump. And, of course, they do nothing. Oh, but he's president. I don't give a shit.
There is an official POTUS Twitter. He can use that.
Yes. So
even I know that.
Yeah.
But I even made the joke because before the election came through, Obama made the comment about how if Hillary won, she would obviously inherit the at POTUS account. So I made the joke to Erin, like, oh, does that mean Bill inherits at FLOTUS?
Huh. There you go.
Because it's like, technically, I mean, unless they have a first husband, a separate first husband account, then it was a joke that immediately back in a time when we could still make jokes about that sort of thing.
Well, yeah. But yeah, so speaking of Trump, though, oh, God. I'm gone for 2 weeks. Gone for 2 goddamn weeks. And bear in mind, the notes I have for this are all within the last week or so, the majority of it, but things like Trump claiming Jewish folk who vote Democrats or as I put it, against him, are disloyal to Israel. Like, okay, number one, I understand the history behind anti-Semites, which, let's face it, Trump is an anti-Semite. Let's just get that out of, let's just open that door right there. He is an anti-Semite. And him and other people like him, including Adolf goddamn Hitler, have had this whole idea of dual citizenship when it comes to Jewish people. And it's like, no, it's just, they're just Jewish, You're not saying Muslim people are dual citizens of the United States and Saudi Arabia. I don't know. You're not saying that. No, what Trump is saying is that they all have to die because they're brown. But that's a whole different thing. So that's...
One rant at a time.
Yeah. So by saying that, he basically at this point, he's trying to use Israel, which has, in terms of our elections, should have nothing to do with it, except in the case of like diplomacy or foreign policy, in which case this is not the time for it. We've got other bigger issues than Israel. Not to say that what's going on in Israel is not big, but we have some stuff closer to home we need to deal with first, such as fucking Nazis. So, pick your battles, basically. And yes, I realize the position I'm coming from, and it may not be, a choice for most other people, or even some other people. I understand that this is coming from me. But even then, it's like, it's Trump's whole idea is everybody has to be loyal to him, and whereas he doesn't have to be loyal to you. If it's going to save his ass, he will throw you under the bus. He has demonstrated it time and time and time again, and anybody who says anything against him in the public eye are immediately thrown under the bus, whether they're, well, at that point they realize what the fuck is going on, and they're like, yeah, no money is worth this. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's getting worse. I don't want it to get worse. Nobody except the fucking... Bear in mind, these Nazis, these white supremacists, they are literally the minority. Hey, Nazis, white supremacists, Proud Boys, all you fuckers. You're scared about being in the minority? Guess what? Your worst nightmares have come true. You're the fucking minority. Now take it and shove it up your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't fully understand the entire Israel situation. And I admit that. So I'm going to have to refrain from commenting on that specifically. But on the whole, loyalty or nothing, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
basically. Like, no, I mean, this. As you probably realise, I read Quora a lot, which is a lot of fun. There's some interesting stuff going on there. But you get like these sort of questions like, oh, what do you call like what do British people refer to as a black person? Is it like a African Briton or whatever? It's like we just call him a black guy, or I call him Dave, or Bob, or we don't have the whole thing where you have Irish American or African American or Italian American. It's just you're American as far as we're all concerned. You're American.
Yeah.
I'm British. I'm British. Other people are French or German or Russian or Australian. It's like, why do you have the qualifier? Why would Jewish American be a thing? Why can't you just be an American who happens to be Jewish?
Yeah. I mean, we have Americans who happen to be Christian, despite the fact that the fucking evangelicals think it should be the default. Guess what? It's not. Nope. Fuck it. We are not a theocracy. We're not meant to be a theocracy. Get help. Oh, and speaking of evangelicals, you were wondering, the whole thing about Israel. At least from the evangelical standpoint, and especially the rapture-believing Christians and all of that, that's where the grand finale of this planet and the biblical story is supposed to take place. Armageddon and the second coming and all of that.
Okay. The fun times.
Yeah, basically. They're and of course anything that will hasten those end times just so their enemies will be dead and gone. Never mind the fact that they'll probably be the ones burning in hell if there is one. But that doesn't matter to them.
I saw this great joke. It was this guy who was he'd passed and he was in the afterlife and he was in the hot one, we'll call it that, and like a guy in a naff suit going him around. It's like, oh, here you go, you've had an interesting life. Here's your mansion. Here's a nice park and all this stuff. And the guy's like hearing screaming and wailing from over the wall. And there's like the lake of fire. There's the hell, the actual hellish pit that is described. And he turns to the and say, well, what's going on over there? Said, oh, they're just Christians. They seem to like it that way. They seem to like that.
Yeah, I mean, hell is one of those things that and I'm gonna speak in generalized terms, but we do know hashtag not all Christians. But it seems to be hell seems to be the best friend to any Christian who is trying to convert other people. Because what's more scary than burning forever? Even though you're gonna be dead in the ground, and I don't think that kind of a thing really happens. But and we have no way of finding out. So at least not without somebody going and dying for a little while and then coming back.
Yeah. I watch a few atheist channels, and they said that's one of the one thing that is the hardest for them to let go of is that fear of hell.
Yeah,
it's like got drilled into them.
Yeah. So yeah. Speaking of bullies, Trump is a bully.
I was drinking.
Yeah. So you know about the whole trade war between the U.S. and China.
I know about it.
Yeah. Trump was because Trump thinks China treats the U.S. so unfairly. And by the way, when Trump says the U.S., he really means him, and that just means that is it President Xi, I think, for China? Yeah. President Xi of China isn't getting down there and at least metaphorically sucking Trump's tiny little dick. Then it means it's totally unfair because he's not given preferential treatment because he's Donald Trump. He thinks he should have everything when it's all really just to cover because his daddy didn't love him enough when he was a goddamn child. There's a bunch. There are a bunch of issues, and that's just one of them. But anyway, so Trump is like, well, you're treating the country unfairly. So I'm going to raise I'm going to raise the tariffs, even though raising tariffs is going to screw us over. So, then there was a little bit of back and forth over the months, and now China's like, you know what? Fuck you. We're going to raise tariffs on your asses. And Trump has the audacity or the caucasity to be surprised. Like, really? You're a fucking bully. You know what happens to bullies, at least eventually? They're going to get beat back. Because that's a thing that happens in real life.
Yeah.
Bullies do not always get away with shit. They might for a while. But eventually their victim is going to snap and either beat the shit out of them, ora style, or they could do something even worse. So and in those cases where it doesn't happen, then you have a whole other amount of issues, but that's not what we're talking about. So in response to this, in his whole, how dare you hit me after I hit you, blah, 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 Trump ordered via Twitter U.S. companies to not do business with China, citing some Emergency Powers Act or law or whatever that was enacted in the 70s after Watergate. And it's like some kind, sort of economic emergency power or something like that. And it's just, no. And I'm going to say this. Two things. One, having your FIFI cert because your bullying victim actually hits back isn't an emergency. And two, more importantly, well, maybe not as important, I would actually start an actual company, like do all the paperwork, file everything, fine, with all that, and do business only with China just to spite his ass. Because fuck him.
Yeah.
And one of the companies he ordered was fucking Amazon. It's like, they're worldwide, you stupid fuck. Yeah, their base of operations is here in the States, but they run worldwide, man.
Yep.
You don't get to tell them that. Yeah, free market as long as rich fucks like Donald Trump are happy. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of the Amazon.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. The Amazon rainforest is literally burning as we are recording this. And what's being done? Nothing.
Twinkedly.
Yeah, it's just like, Brazil's president is I think I want to say they're speculating that he potentially started or had it started, or it's at the very least not doing anything about it because, oh, hey, more farmland for us. Ha 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 ha. Never mind, just, because fuck whatever indigenous people happen to be living in the Amazon rainforest. Fuck the wildlife. Fuck the fact that the majority of our oxygen comes from the goddamn rainforest. Or I say majority, but a good chunk of our oxygen comes from that goddamn rainforest.
I heard 20%, which is still significant.
Yeah. Okay, so 20%, 1/5 of our oxygen comes from that place. But no, rich people just need more beef. Don't we have cloning technology to the point where we can actually clone our meats, or is that not a thing? 'Cause I want to say one point they were close to it. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I keep hearing stuff about artificial meats and synthetic meats, and people are definitely looking at it.
Yeah. So I say, you know what? If we can do the cloned meat and everything, do it. Because hey, guess what? That's going to save you money in the long run. It's going to save our environment in the long run, and then maybe we can have these goddamn militant vegetarians shut up by saying, "Oh, you're destroying the environment by eating meat." No, it's the rich people who are literally burning down the forests for the fucking cattle that is the problem. It's not people like me and the common person eating meat. Yeah. Now, could a diet be good without eating meat? Sure. If you're into that, fine. If you can live on a vegetarian diet, that's fine. Some people have to. And that's understandable too. Don't force it on the rest of us. Hey, it's like this. Don't force vegetarianism down my throat. I won't force you to eat a hamburger. Okay, that's the basics of it.
Yeah.
So again, just it's not the layperson. It's like this the same kind of people who say that, like the plastic straw ban. I want to say it went through in California. I'm not sure. I know it was at least talked about, but it's like, guys, it's you got the spirit, but you're a little confused. To use a little bit of a Fresh Prince reference here. But it's not us. It's not us, the 99%. It's the 1%. Those are the ones who are putting all of that waste into our water supplies, into our oceans, and just wherever else. Okay. Some, trucker T asshole going down the road and throwing a water bottle out that may or may not be filled with pee is not going to do that much damage to the environment. At least not as much as the wholesale dumping of waste into the oceans.
I mean, an argument can be said that they really shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Which is fair, obviously. But, besides, if I have to use a pee bottle, I just dump it and reuse the bottle. I know that's a little gross, but hey, I'm reusing.
I've got water bottles I reuse. I've got, I rebuy my bottles every once they start getting a bit scummy and tasting funny. And then there's one of the shops near us will sell, and I want specifically the pop top ones. Mm-hmm. And there's a shop near me that sells like a 4-pack for £1. And again, I will keep the bottle until I usually go for the lemon lime because then it doesn't taste too weird in the water because water with a dash of lemon is fine. So I drink the water that's in there, and then I keep refilling it with council juice until it goes funky again. So there's no reason not to. It's so easy.
Yeah. Although I will say, in terms of like water bottles and stuff, Aquafina has the worst water bottles. Because they do not hold form very well at the bottom, or at least the ones you can buy in the packs in the stores. Oh. Now, get yourself some Smart Water or Dasani or whatever. Those are good bottles. Oh gosh.
Like I said, the ones I get are just some unbranded flavored water from the local cheap store.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least over here, Dasani is like $5 for a 24-pack.
That's not so bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty good, especially when you're driving. Oh god damn! I seem to have been going on and on and on and all this shit. It's
it was supposed to be a happy start.
Yeah, it's not even all of it. How do you feel about any of this?
Oh, the rainforest on fire is not a good thing. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Everything about Trump. Yes, you're probably right.
Well, I don't know for sure, but you're probably right.
I mean, the tariff thing. I mean, I've sort of been following along a little bit. The thing is, like with Brexit and everything, we're kind of having our own tariff. We're not in a tariff war, but we're becoming more aware of tariffs because we're going to have to make all our own negotiations. And there's this whole thing of like, well, actually, was it even a legal referendum? Because I've recently discovered this. He's actually a physicist by trade, but he does political commentary, and I it's interesting. It's literally called a different bias. He is a unabashed Remainer, and he, as far as I can tell, the way he's presenting the facts, that he's presenting them as accurately as he understands them.
Yeah.
And basically, he was saying that. Well, one, it's not good for us. Two, the Irish backstop is like sort of explaining the stuff that's gone there. I still don't understand the backstop. But yeah, he's going through the stuff, and he's saying that other European countries regularly, I think it was Sweden or one of the ones in that region, regularly have referenda. And basically, what you're supposed to do is sort the shit out first. Negotiate everything that needs to be negotiated, work out what you actually want from the referendum, what the results are, and then present that to the people, and that's what they vote on. Yeah. Guess what we didn't have.
Yeah, you didn't have any of that. From what I understand, it was just like, oh, we don't want to have to take refugees under the EU, so blah, blah, blah. Racism played a part, is what I'm getting at.
It did. But then it's like, it's not even supposed to be legally binding. A referendum is advisory. The percentage was tiny. It was like something 1% or something. Like, and I've said this before. Even if it had been a clearer, even like a 5%, whichever direction, that would be fair enough. But it was so tiny. In fact, one of the politicians, I can't remember which one it was, probably Farage or someone like that. Was like, oh well, if this is below a certain margin, then I think we should have a second vote. And of course, he meant like if they'd lost, like if the Leave had lost, but it was below that threshold. So why didn't it get reviewed? So
yeah,
my trigger, like for sort of, I'm getting a little better about it, especially now I can watch other people rant about it and sort of express a lot better than I can. But my trigger is will of the people. Like, fuck off. It wasn't will of the people. A majority is the will of the people. If you actually look at the numbers of people who actively voted, a majority of the people did not vote. I think it was a majority that voted, but like 60%. So you still got that 40% that didn't vote. So again, they're not spoken for. And another thing, because this has been 3 years now.
Yeah.
I am all for a second referendum, with a clearer question. And I'm just mostly out of curiosity, because in 3 years' time, how many young people do you think have come of age? How many young people who have grown up with all this bullshit happening around them, who won't quite... I mean, especially those ones that were maybe like a month or so off their birthday to become legally able to vote. That's like almost an entire generation of kids that can now have their say. And just for that, I'd be interested to see today's results as opposed to 3 years' results.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all happening. So yeah, we sort of have, again, the terror thing isn't necessarily war, but it's like something like, oh yeah, it's things that we should be aware of, and this is how it actually works.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's messy and strange and scary, and like, I'm like, I just want to curl up and go to Hyrule and just, beat the crap out of my goblins and not fall down all the time.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's my thoughts, is like, to sum it up,
you mentioned will of the people, and I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, if the will of the people actually mattered to the American government, we wouldn't have the goddamn Electoral College.
Yeah.
Just saying, because, hey, more people wanted Trump. No, more people wanted Hillary than Trump, rather. But the Electoral College is like, no, Trump's our guy. Because, But that's a thing for another day, though.
It is. I think AOC made a tweet about it recently, and then says, "Oh, that's undemocratic, blah blah blah. You can't do this." Like, no, it's more democratic not to have it. Even our system, first past the post, isn't 100% democratic, because even if someone can then like get more votes, if the other team got their points across the line first, it comes a bit wobbly. There's ways around it. But yeah, so even then, it's like there are other. I mean, our system's not perfect, but your system's like, what do you even? The people that voted, and like, why should the farm, land get? Because it's all the people in the middle don't want to be ruled by the people on the edges, but the people on the edges, there's more of them, as far as I can tell.
And it's all like, well, what about the farmlands and the rurals? Hey, guess what? Every state has rural areas. Even tiny little Rhode Island has rural areas. So, and big old California definitely has it. So, yeah. In New York, definitely. I've been through rural areas in pretty much every place, well, except possibly Rhode Island, but... Yeah. But, yeah, so... Go ahead.
No, I just think, you see some stuff. I would say, as an outsider, there are probably areas that I would more automatically think of as being rural, as being more farming areas rather than metropolis. But, that's just because if I actually looked at individual states and looked at it all, okay, there's that and that. So that's, from an outsider point of view, like I said, I think we tend to think the middle part is mostly your farmlands, and everything else gets more metropolitan as you go out the edges.
You're not totally wrong. But with that, we're going to go ahead and take our break, and when we come back, we're going to have news, and oh dear. So, yeah, we'll be back. Hey folks, we'll get back to the show in a moment, but first I want to tell you about Patreon. Patreon is what I use to get around all of the YouTube adpocalypse bullshit, and while I don't have a lot right now, every little bit does help. And if you like what you hear or what you see on any of my videos or podcasts, head on over there. For as little as $1 a month, you can get all of these things early before anybody else does, and you can get them completely ad-free. Yeah, I know YouTube right now is technically ad-free, but at some point, I'm probably going to get big enough to where ads will start coming in, and those can be annoying, so you want to avoid that, right? If you go ahead and go now over to patreon.com/gomer21xx, leave $1, $5, doesn't matter how much, you can get all of these. Again, you can get them early, and you get them without ads, even when I reach the point on YouTube to where ads can be put on these videos. So it's a win-win. And you can even avoid the ads that go up on the Anchor versions that go out to all of the other websites that are out there. No ads. It's great. So that's patreon.com/gomer21xx. And we are back from our break, and we're going to go right into the news because, oh God, to try and alleviate and even sometimes, I guess, kind of jump board onto other topics that have happened over the past couple of weeks as well. 2 weeks worth of news that I could sort through. Yay! Such as our first one out of Florida, because of course Florida. Because of course it is. It's like that jingle Kat does whenever she and Josh talk about Florida on What the Fuck? We're America's Punchline.
I must admit, I don't listen to What the Fuck.
Yeah, you really should. Really should.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway. A Florida high school teacher was placed on administrative leave after he told students he'd be the best school shooter with a 1,000-person body count. My man. I'm going to say this right here. My man. That is the exact wrong thing to say. Every part of that sentence, of that phrase, be the best school shooter with a 1,000-person body count, is wrong. That is wrong. You were wrong for saying it. You were wrong for saying it in a school. You were wrong for saying it in a school and letting it get on the goddamn news. You are wrong. So the incident took place at Lakeland Senior High School about 45 minutes from Tampa on August 16th during a lockdown drill, according to a Polk County risk protection order. Police interviewed 16 students about the incident. The teacher told students that if he were a school shooter, he'd plant IEDs or improvised explosive devices, then fire a couple of rounds and wait for everyone to hide, then press a button and boom, everyone would die, according to student testimony. Okay, there have been times on this very show where I would say things like, okay, you really should not do this, but if you're going to do this anyway, here's how you do it. This is that particular bit taken to the wrong extreme. And it's like, yeah, it would work, but you are also a bit of a sociopath. You're a bit not all okay, buddy. You're just not okay. The teacher also said he would put a bomb in the corner and put nails in it for shrapnel, another student told police. CNN is not naming the teacher because he has not been charged. When interviewed by an officer, the teacher told police he was a former U.S. Marine and that his statements were a joke. Dude!
That's not fun. Nobody's laughing, fucker!
No, you were in the Marines, man! We had one substitute who is a military retiree, and the way we could get out of work was just the students having him talk about the war. They weren't clarifying which war, just the war. Yeah. And he would sit there and he would motor mouth it about it and nothing would get done. Which most of us were like, yeah, cool. I didn't give a shit one way or the other. Being a former Marine, he should be looked at as the person who will protect the students and not make them question whether their teacher is going to harm them, Detective Justin Conatser, who filed the risk protection order, wrote in his report. Police searched the teacher's home and vehicle, but no weapons were found, court documents say. Teacher has no criminal history, but a temporary ex parte risk protection order said the teacher may be seriously mentally ill or may have recurring mental health issues. Well, okay, he's a former U.S. Marine. It doesn't say whether or not he saw combat, but if he saw combat, he's likely going to have PTSD out the ass, so yeah.
Yeah.
The Polk County School District says the teacher is on administrative leave while they investigate the case. How much you want to bet this teacher is white? School District Superintendent Jacqueline Bird said in a statement that the district is cooperating fully with the law enforcement investigation as well as conducting our own internal investigation. Every day, Polk County Public Schools is entrusted with the lives of more than 105,000 precious children. As superintendent, I will do everything I can to protect every single one of them, Bird said. Parents and students should be assured that we take any potential threat against our students in school seriously. Student safety is and always will be paramount within our school district. The teacher is due in court on August 30th for a hearing on a final risk protection order. Again, wrong thing to say, my man. You are military trained. You should know better. Like, yeah, it's like I'm not going to say you can't think those because, one, I can't control that, and two, that's a bit too 1984. So, think what you want. You don't have to put every thought out there. Hell, there are plenty of thoughts I have about plenty of people that I do not put out on any kind of social media. Because if I did, people would look at me funny and would probably try and scoot away from me.
Yeah.
But we all have that. We all have that issue with certain things. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not alone. This Marine is not alone. And there's also another thing I heard out of Michigan. Kind of ties in with the whole school shooting scare and epidemic and pandemic or whatever the fuck you want to call it, was that somebody was suggesting building a school with like little areas where students can go and hide as though they're in a video game. And it's like, no, that's not how you're supposed to do it. Here's what you do when it comes to the school shootings. I'm gonna say it again because I've said it before. Take away the guns. Restrict access to the high-powered guns that can kill 20 motherfuckers in the span of a breath. Take those away. And I know Second Amendment nuts are going to be like, no, fuck you. We can still have arms. Right to bear arms. Those arms need not be projectile weapons.
Also, bearing doesn't necessarily mean owning.
Yeah. So, and I know, I want to say the UK. Didn't y'all have like some guy going around stabbing people or something recently? I want to say
we're having a lot of issues with stabbing. There was like on the news the other day. There were 3 incidents in central London. I know there was at least 1 death that's happened recently. Mm-hmm. We're aware. We don't like it. We're trying to find the problem and sort it out. Some people say it could be like the lack of police, because a lot of police have lost over recent years because of Teresa and some other stuff happened previous. They're saying that there's lack of youth activities to do, like, again, possibly because of budget, but possibly lack of motivation.
Yeah.
People are aware of the problems.
Yeah.
And we're trying to fix it. And I don't know the ins and outs of everything that's supposed to be happening, but yeah, there is a problem with knife crime at the moment. But in any incident involving a knife crime, there's usually 1, maybe 2 victims, not multiples.
Yeah. You're not going to hear about a mass stabbing. And that's what a lot of these Second Amendment nuts are trying to say is, well, you're just going to stab people. Yeah, you're going to get, like you said, maybe 1 or 2. But you're not going to go into a Costco and come out with, 50 old people bleeding out on the floor from a knife wound. You're not going to have that. You're going to get 1, maybe 2, and then you're going to be taken down and subdued like the motherfucker you are.
Yep.
That's just all there is to it. So fuck the guns. Fuck your gun culture. Fuck this former Marine for putting that out there and scaring the hell out of these teenagers. And at the end of the okay, not totally fuck him. Get him the help that he needs. Apparently he needs it. Get him that help. Make sure he understands that children, teenagers, they are not the ones that you need to be telling all of your military tactic. You don't need to show off your military tacticianship for them. Okay? Yeah. I don't even think that's the right word, but you get the idea. So go get help.
I just have basically a 1-word comment about this whole story.
Uh-huh.
Columbine.
Yeah.
This was I want to find a better word for plot, but this was the plot the kids had. This was their plan. Well, pen them in with the guns and blow the fuckers up. That was the plan. The bombs didn't go off.
Yep.
The bombs didn't go off. Thank fuck. But that was the basic plan.
Yeah.
And how many years ago was that now? 20?
Oh, that's 20 years. Over 20 years. Because I know I was in high school at the time.
So, 1, he shouldn't have said it in the first place. But 2, there's precedent.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it didn't go off, but there is precedent for that plan.
Yeah. It's just, we're a little edgy. Or touchy. Whatever.
And even if I know that, how comes this military guy doesn't know this?
He may have known, but just didn't care. But either way, again, I'm going to reiterate, dude needs help. Get him the help. Because he hasn't hurt anybody. He doesn't seem to be going towards that direction. But you know what? Pass it off of the head. There you go.
Yeah.
The next one comes out of Middletown, New Jersey. 2 women who allegedly stole a baby stroller and left a child behind have been arrested in New Jersey. A group of 3 women and children entered a baby store in Middletown on August 16th. Authorities say one of the women went to the front of the store to grab the stroller, while the other 2 distracted an employee. One of the women returned after realizing one of the children was left behind. Okay, you remember the last news story where I mentioned the bit about you shouldn't do this, but if you're going to, here's how you do it anyway? Here we go. So, okay. But first a quick thing there. The stroller was returned. 2 of the 3 women were arrested, facing shoplifting and conspiracy charges. And it says here they're both from England and in their early 20s. I don't know if that means anything, but it's in the article. So, and also another thing from the article, the stroller was an English stroller that likely would have been cheaper overseas, according to the store's owner. So anyway, okay. So let's say you really need a baby stroller. Okay, you don't have the money. You're tired of carrying your baby everywhere, and with the weather as it is, especially when you get into like down south or in large cities or whatever, you're gonna get weak. That arm's gonna get weak. You're gonna potentially drop your child. So of course you need a baby stroller, but you can't afford one. So you go and steal it, right? You want to do that, okay? Now, the 2 women distracting one of the employees. Okay, that's a fair thing. That's actually a good thing. You get the stroller out. Make sure all of your children are with you when you leave. Because this is why you don't see heist movies where they bring their kids along for their work day. Because, oh shit, did I leave little Timmy behind? Fuck! So, if you're going to do this, if you must, and I understand, potential needs, but if you're going to do this, do it right.
I'm sort of relieved because when you first started reading the story, 2 women who allegedly stole a baby stroller and left a child behind, I thought they literally took the baby that was in the stroller already and left them on the floor and then took that stroller.
Oh God, if that would have been a very, very different. That would have been a very different story.
Where the hell is this going? Oh my God! They just okay, at least they didn't kidnap, but jeepers.
Yeah, just wow. Oh, just goddamn.
Then you get the stroller and the baby bag and like some other stuff. So it'd be
Yeah, just pro tip. Don't take your child to a heist. Never do that. Don't ever do that. And speaking of heists, there was I don't remember if I mentioned it the last episode, but there was apparently a video game heist. Like a video game collector had a safe full of old video games or whatever, and it got stolen. Safe and everything. And these are games that are valuable on resellers markets and shit.
Yeah.
So it's oh shit, we've got video game heists now. Oh goddamn. So it just goes to show that Roger Ebert when he said that video games are not art, it just goes to show that he was wrong.
Yeah.
And yeah, because heists are something you do for art pieces, man.
Yeah.
If you're doing that for valuable video games, what does that say?
Yeah. Also, he's the one that's passed, because I know one of them's still alive and one of them's passed, and I can't remember which is which.
Siskel and Ebert have both passed.
Right, okay. So neither of them would have seen Breath of the Wild. No. That's art!
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, but... So our next story comes from outer space.
Woo!
Identity theft may have entered the final frontier if accusations from a woman against an astronaut are true. Summer Warden, a former Air Force intelligence officer living in Kansas, was married to astronaut Ann McLean. Now in the middle of a year-long divorce and parenting dispute, Warden claims her former spouse accessed her bank account from space, according to local news. Warden filed a complaint with the FTC, accusing McLean of identity theft and unauthorized access to the bank account, according to the New York Times. Warden claims McLean broke into her bank accounts while she was aboard the International Space Station, the newspaper reported. Through her lawyer, McLean admitted she had accessed the bank account from space on a computer system registered to NASA, the Times reported. However, McLean said she was merely keeping tabs on the couple's still intermingled finances, the newspaper reported. And to kind of sum up the rest of the article, NASA has no comment on it, and a lot of the information is under wraps because it's a family affair and everything. But
yeah,
it just seems more like, based on what I'm seeing and what I've skimmed over and everything, it's just, I guess nobody expects to be able to access their bank account from the International Space Station. I'll be fair, I didn't either. It's like, okay. And while I don't think they mentioned anything, no. I don't see anything mentioned about what was done with the account. It was just accessed. So it's like, okay, just making sure everything was fine, it's just checking because you want to make sure everything is on the up and up, and there are kids involved apparently. So it's like, yeah, let's make sure everybody is okay. That's all. And it seems like the ex-wife is a little jumpy, which I can understand, I guess. But still,
it's saying their accounts are intertwined. Does that mean it's a joint bank account? So where's the fraud?
I know, right? It's like, did you guys not do any kind of unjoining of it? Because I know when Ari and I lived together in Indy, we had a joint bank account, and when he moved out and I moved back here, it was just he took himself off of that, and now I have just 2 whole ass bank accounts.
Yeah.
But that's kind of thing that happens,
Also, I'm slightly confused. The astronaut, the lady in the ISS, was the one saying that something had happened. But the other person's name is Summer, which is normally a female name. Is this a gay couple? Because that's kind of cool.
Yes, it is.
Cool.
Yeah. So
fair enough.
So sweet. Just like
there's an in space joke in here somewhere, but I can't quite find it.
They're trying to go for bank fraud in space.
That's the thing, because pigs is a singular syllable. You need it short and sharp. But fraud doesn't quite fit. It hasn't got the same cadence. Oh, but there's definitely an in space joke in there somewhere.
It's just So,
I mean,
I guess the Wi-Fi is really good in space.
Yeah, less interference, I suppose.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I can really add to this story except, hey, good on you, lesbian astronaut lady, because that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that your family is going through this stuff. And so does it say like one is the astronaut and the other's in the Air Force, or is it the astronaut from the Air Force?
Yeah. One's former Air Force intelligence, the other is an astronaut. Yeah.
Power couple.
There you go.
I'm really sorry they broke up, because damn.
Yes.
But they both have high pressure jobs. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hope the kids are taken care of, Liz. I hope that the kids are all right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sorry this has happened. I respect both of them for doing the high risk jobs that they're doing, and I'm glad that for a time they were happy together.
Yes, very much so. So our next one is out of Atlanta, which I got a grim reminder of how bad Atlanta traffic can be, especially in the northeast side. Goddamn motherfucking people, they're not a fucking drive. Never mind. But this isn't about traffic, at least not directly. Police say man flashed a housekeeper at an Atlanta hotel and died trying to escape security by leaping between balconies.
Again, we're back to life being a computer game.
Yeah. Atlanta police investigator James White tells reporters that the man died at the Hyatt Regency Atlanta Hotel early Monday. White says the housekeeper reported the man to security, and as the man fled, he attempted to jump from a balcony at least 10 stories high to one nearby. White says the man missed the balcony and fell to his death. And here is the thing where everybody is going to scream out no fucking shit. White says the man's death is believed to be accidental. No, really? I figured he was just, I figured they were just covering up for a suicide attempt. Of course it's accidental. Because I'm pretty sure if you're that committed and you're going to do it anyway, you're not going to try and leap between balconies. You're just going to go straight down. If that's going to be your choice. Which by the way, yeah, if you're seriously thinking about that, there are numbers you can call. But still, don't. Authorities didn't immediately release the man's identity, presumably to keep people from laughing at him. The investigation is ongoing, and of course, the hotel's general manager is cooperating with the authorities and all of that good stuff. I understand wanting to get away. Okay, sure. I mean, you flashed a housekeeper, which that's a bit inappropriate. But why was your first thought? Oh, hey, I'm gonna be Spider-Man. You are not Spider-Man, sir. You were not. You failed. And it sounds it sounds like he didn't fall on anybody because if it's at a hotel in Atlanta, there's another one right there. It's like bound to be a lot of people around, but then again, I'm sure somebody's like, "Oh shit!" and then everybody just got out the fucking way, like they should have.
Yeah.
Just wow. That does not work. That barely works in most video games.
Yeah. I was on a 5-minute loop trying to do a jumping puzzle earlier.
Yeah.
At least 5 minutes. It's like, no. Sir, I'm sorry you died because that's not a good obit.
Yeah.
But dude, his family's gonna have to live with that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, "How did your son die?" Well, he flashed a housekeeper at a hotel and tried to escape by jumping between balconies, and became a pancake on the street.
I do hope he doesn't have children.
How did Daddy die? That's going to be an awkward conversation. That would be very awkward.
I mean, sincerely, because that conversation also that would make him a good contender for Darwin.
Definitely. Just lesson learned, everybody.
Darwin Awards stories anymore.
Yeah, lesson learned, everybody. Don't do that. And our last news story, gentlemen, people with testicles, and every other variation thereof, prepare yourselves. Oh dear, I read this to Becky, and I think even she was having sympathy pains.
Yeah, I just read the first line, and yeah.
Highlands County, Florida, because of course it is. Deputies in Highlands County have arrested a man for attempting to perform a castration inside his home. Deputies were called to 74-year-old Gary Van Rysvik?
Rysvik, maybe?
Yeah. Probably some Welsh name. I honestly don't know for sure. He doesn't have a lot. He doesn't have any vowels. That's all I know.
Not Welsh.
Yeah. When they arrived, Rysvik told a deputy he had just performed a castration on a man and encountered major issues. Deputies found a victim on a bed, bleeding heavily with a towel over his groin. The victim was flown to a nearby hospital and is said to be stable.
Good.
The guy's okay. During their investigation, deputies found 2 body parts in a pink container, presumed to have belonged to the victim. Translation: they found his balls.
Uh-huh.
Rysvik had set up a room to look like a surgical center and had medical equipment and painkillers inside, according to a release. A camera was also set up to record the procedure. Oh, so his real name is Chickalata. And meanwhile, every JoJo fan out there is like, why the fuck did you bring him up?
And every non-JoJo fan is like, eh?
Yeah. Reisvik also told deputies that he met the victim on the dark web on a site geared toward people who have a castration fetish. You know, I'm going to bring up Josh Hadley again because he has said this outright on the air that he has what he calls a castrating bitch fetish. His term, not mine. And by that means, like powerful women, crushing down on men and everything, usually in the metaphorical sense.
Yeah.
I don't think this is what he meant. So, but there is more. There is more. Not to Josh, but to this story. In addition, Reisvik told deputies he had tried to perform the procedure on the victim last week, but had to delay. Oh, what stopped him? According to a release, Reisvik told the victim that he had experience on animals and even removed one of his own testicles in 2012. Ow! Ow! Just, dude! Ah! He also said he had done a similar procedure on a man in a local motel a few years ago. And for those who are playing along, it also did not end well. He was arrested Monday and charged with practicing medicine without a license, resulting in bodily injury, a second-degree felony, and his bond was set at $250,000. Ah! Like, number one, there is a fetish for damn near everything, apparently.
Yeah.
Though, again, to bring up the Josh's example, most people are not quite that literal with it.
I mean, there are medical kinks, so
yeah,
but still.
Yeah, but you usually want to be able to keep your shit intact.
Yeah.
It's just
What would hope?
I mean, it's just. I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm going to have to use a very British term now.
Okay.
Shut up, Hammer. This story is complete bollocks.
And everybody is groaning. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, just goddamn.
And for those of you who don't get the reference, just look it up.
We're talking balls, people. Balls. I think I like to think that most Americans understand that bollocks are balls. But if they don't, well, now you know. Oh God, just And of course it's in Florida, and of course it's somebody with no vowels in his name. Just I don't know what the no vowels in his name connects to other than just his name. I'm just I'm having sympathy pains here, people. Okay.
Why? I mean, yeah, okay. We try not to kink shame. People have their. I mean, I would say I don't kink shame because what people like is what people like. I will say that when I'm scrolling through a website because I'm a grown up and I see something that is not my kink, I do kind of like, oh, for fuck's sake, I wish there was a filter for that shit.
Yeah.
But again, but I've never seen that. I mean, they did say it was a dark web, so you know.
Just Jeebus. Just yeah. Yeah. And removing one of your own testicles, that takes some balls. That really does. Just
Okay, to quote Aaron, ouch!
Basically.
Ouch!
Oh, Lordy. But yeah, so on that painful note, we are going to get out of here for this time. In terms of the next show, if I am honestly hoping they get me home at least on a bi-weekly basis, so whenever I'm here, we'll do a show. So it could be bi-weekly. That would be okay as long as we're getting some stuff out there, right?
I have a quick lulls for us before we go, because to to give a slightly better image than the one we're leaving on.
Yes.
So my friend, on Fridays, because we finish early, we only have the one tea break.
Right.
And so she decided to get something from the burger van, and then wolfed it down because she has a cigarette, she smokes, so she went out and got her fag. So in my head I was like, so was that an eat and yeet?
Mm-hmm.
Eat and yeet.
Eat and yeet.
Eat and yeet.
Eat and yeet.
She ate and she yet.
There you go.
That just sounded really funny in my head. Like, oh, eat and yeet.
There you go. Eat, yeet.
So yeah, just that's got to be a better image than.
Yes. So we're gonna yeet on out of here then. So Michelle, if we wanted to find you on the social media, where could we find you?
You can find me on the Twitter at Phoenix11, PHEONIX11, and the same on YouTube. There are currently my friend Adam's reviews of Far From Home and Toy Story 4, so you can check those out. And depending on when we upload, compared to when Gomer uploads, there should also be our review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. By the time you're hearing this, it should be uploaded, because I think you do it on a Monday evening, so I usually pick it up on the Tuesday morning. So yeah, it's gonna be close enough that by the time you're listening to this, it's uploaded or soon to be uploaded.
Yeah, it should. It should be there.
Given the time difference, it probably will be up first. So yeah. So enjoyed that. I don't know what we thought of it, but I hope we had a good time.
There you go.
So to future us, yeah, I hope we had fun.
There you go. And if you want to find me on the social medias, you can find me on the Twitters, the Tumblrs, the Instagrams, my main YouTube channel, all that at Gomer21XX. If you're for whatever reason YouTube isn't taking you there with that one, just look up Gomer the Ranting Thespian, and which is also how you can look me up on Facebook as well. So go and like, share, and subscribe, which, by the way, sharing does really help. So if you make it this far and you like it and you want to share it, please do.
Please.
Because honestly, at the end of the day, this is what I would rather be doing to earn my living instead of driving a truck. So yeah. But then again, driving a truck can also bring some stories too. So it's a bit of a balance trade-off here. But speaking of the show, you can also find the show pretty much anywhere you can get podcasts, as well as YouTube. Just look up Thespian Talk, and there you go. This, as almost always, I think there was a week where I kind of missed it by an hour because my dumbass forgot to set the schedule right on the YouTube version. But they should be up by 7 p.m. Central Time, as always. And by that time, I'll likely be back on the road doing my thing again. Don't know where I'm going yet, but maybe I'll enjoy it. I don't know. But yeah, so I think that is it for everything. Yeah, so thank you guys for listening, and until next time, this is Gomer the Ranting Thespian with Michelle, signing off.
Bye.